Good morning. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please welcome Sophia with this morning's announcements.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, January 13th, and it's a white day. A reminder that tomorrow will be a late start schedule to allow for faculty and staff professional development. Please report directly to your A-Block class by 9:55 a.m. Hello, Ireland travelers. In 89 days, we'll be in Ireland, and tomorrow we'll be in Newell 27 at 3 p.m. for a trip meeting. See you little leprechauns there. Don't forget to sign up for the Outing Club's first ice climbing trip of the year this Sunday. Sign up in Student Life or see Mr. Holden for details. Happy birthday today to Abigail Bador and Benjamin Hinton. Happy birthday. Today for sports, we have JV and varsity girls basketball versus South Burlington at 5:30 and 7 o'clock, and wrestling at Mount Mansfield Union at 6 o'clock. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, Sophia. We have one late announcement. With only 11 girls competing in the state meet on Saturday, the girls' indoor track team finished third, only 1 point off from coming in second. They were led by Sydney Schoenbeck, who won the 55-meter hurdles and the 600 meters, and also was second in both the long and high jumps, scoring a total of 36 points and qualifying for New England's. Kat Zyko finished second in the weight throw. Josie Royer finished fifth in the weight throw and also finished sixth in the shot put. The girls 4x2, a team of Faith Lawton, Layla Santiago, Deirdre Roy, and Juliana Tizzoni finished third with qualifying for New England's. Bailey Qualter finished fifth in the 55-meter hurdles. Layla Santiago finished sixth in the long jump with a personal best of 4.6 meters. Faith Lawton finished third in the 55-meter hurdles and finished sixth in the 300 hurdles, improving almost a second from her personal best. Without much depth on the team, these girls fought hard and did all they could to try to get into the top two. They certainly deserve to be recognized for the effort they put in this season, and I'm proud, says Coach Bunnell, who we'll see in just a moment. He says, I'm proud of what they accomplished this weekend. So congratulations to our indoor girls track team. Now this morning we have a live promotion, so please welcome Freya Yin to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. I'm really excited to share that we are launching our first Fireside Literary Series event this month, and we have a special guest visiting our school, Tony Howe, a literary translator and writer. Mr. Howe will be giving a talk on Wednesday, January 21st, from 3 to 4 p.m. at South Church. And yes, there will be refreshments. So Mr. Howe translates Chinese literature into English, and his work has been published in well-known journals like Granta and the Georgia Review. During his talk, he will share what translation really is, how it can be a creative art form, and what his process looks like as a writer and translator. He will also talk about his personal journey and how stories move across languages and cultures. He has translated writers from across the Chinese-speaking world, including Chinese essayist and poet Xiao Hai, transgender poet Liu Zhenchun, and the novelist Tong Weige from Taiwan. Mr. Howe is also leading writing workshops at Cutmount Arts Center this weekend and next weekend. This weekend's topic would be hometown, and next weekend's topic would be homesickness from afar. Personally, I think the theme could be especially meaningful for our international students and anyone who has experienced living between different cultures and places. If you'd like to attend one or more of these workshops, you can register online, or you can stop by to see Mrs. Mackenzie at Kobe 110 for free tickets. If you're interested in writing languages, reading, storytelling, or just hearing from someone doing meaningful creative work, this is a great event to attend. We hope you will come to help us welcome Tony Howe and support our Fireside Literary Series. If you need more information, there will be posters all around campus, and you're always welcome to see Mrs. Mackenzie or me with any questions. And just one reminder, his talk is on Wednesday, January 21st at South Church from 3 to 4 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Freya. So perhaps you're like me. If you've been paying attention to the college football playoff, there's been sort of an interesting shift in college football this year, and that is the Indiana University Hoosiers are suddenly a football powerhouse. And this was not always so, and it's of interest to me because my undergraduate alma mater is Indiana University, and I watched a lot of really bad football live at IU while I was on campus. But this year, and actually started last year, the Hoosiers brought in a coach. His name is Curt Cignetti. And you may know of him because, among other things, and apart from all the winning that they've had this season, he is a very stoic character. And so if you've seen him, his reaction when there's a huge turnaround in the game is flat. And his reaction when something goes really wrong is flat. But he's kind of fun to watch because he's just very steady. But his story with the Hoosiers, he started last year, and coming into this season, due to many, many years, decades, and over a century of football play, the Hoosiers were the losingest Division I program in the U.S. coming into this season. They had over 700 losses in college football, and they're oftentimes referred to, or were referred to, as the doormat of college football. So they haven't had a lot of success. But under Cignetti, the past 2 years, there's been a total turnaround, and they are dominant. So how many of you have been watching college football playoffs? Okay, so not a whole lot, but I've tuned in, as you might imagine, because again, here's this team that I watched as a really poor team. They're doing well. They crushed Alabama 2 weeks ago, and then they just did the same. We're so dominant over Oregon this past weekend. And certainly, if you get to know this year's Indiana Hoosier football team, I think you would realize that there are good things that are happening there, and Curt Cignetti and his crew have built a winning program and the kind of team that all of us would like to be on. And as I look out and I think about our school community, we're all parts of teams. Sometimes they're teams that we don't even really get to choose. We're in informal teams in class, and you get assigned to being part of a group. But we have other teams that we willingly join, and I know that many of you have joined academic teams like First Robotics, Science Olympiad, Scholars Bowl, Math Club. Others of you are on teams that are performance-based in our arts program, and you do things like Academy Theater, Hilltones, Jazz Band, Strings. Some of you do things like Skills USA, and you're on teams or you're working with other individuals with a common goal. And those are teams, and then certainly we have many sports teams on campus and other teams too. And when I think about those teams, I wanted to bring to you this morning that Curt Cignetti said something that was just fantastic before the Hoosiers game against Alabama, because I think it sums up what all great teams really do. And he was asked a question before the game. He said, Coach Cignetti, what do you think your quarterback Fernando Mendoza needs to do for the Indiana Hoosiers to be successful against Alabama today? And so just a sidebar, Fernando Mendoza is the Heisman Trophy winner as the quarterback for Indiana. So you look at him as their star. But what Cignetti said was just fantastic. He said, Fernando Mendoza needs to do what each of the other 10 players do on the field when our offense is out there. He needs to execute his role. And it was a great answer, right? He could have talked about, and he has in other interviews talked about star power and what he does so well. But really what it comes down to is executing your role. And so we have a chance today to celebrate a team that is filled with players who have executed their roles. And a track team, I'll just point out that, so I want them to be able to tell you about their state championship victory. But what I would like to preview it with is that for a state championship victory, it's very rarely about the individual. So I know a lot of you might think of track and you think it's an individual sport. It's not. When they're going for a state championship, they're oftentimes placed in events that are going to maximize the points that they score, and it may come at the sacrifice of their personal achievements. And so you might see runners who need to double up in events that actually make it so they can't do exceedingly well in both events. They just don't have enough time to recover. But they're there because they can score points. And this year's team has done that, and so it's my pleasure to invite first-year coach Hayden Bunnell and the indoor boys track team up to the stage to present their state championship trophy. Come on up.
Good morning, everyone. This past weekend, our state hosted the state championships for indoor track and field. This sport demands unwavering commitment. Our meets require very early risings, 5:30, 5:45 a.m. leave times, and each day we train in the same discipline for our events. Often we run in dark, cold, or snowy weather to stick to training plans. It all worked out, though. During this year's state championships, our men's team scored 148 total team points to second place Essex 115 points, winning the state title with dominant performances in the weight throw, shot put, mile, 2 mile, 1,000, and the 4x8.
Jeremiah threw a new school record, 66 feet and half an inch in the 25-pound weight throw, winning the competition by over 12.5 feet. Jeremiah also won the 12-pound shot put at the state throws meet on Friday to give our team 20 points. 5 out of 6 of the weight throw scoring positions held St. J throwers, giving us a total of 23 points in just the weight throw. Joel won his races with a 4:29 mile and a 9:41 in the 2 mile. John followed close behind with second place finishes. The twins scored 18 points in each distance event.
Brian ran the 1,000-meter run with a winning time of 2:40, upsetting the number 1 seed from CVU. He also anchored the 4x8 relay, running a fast split of 2:03 to extend SJ's winning streak in the 4x8 to 14 years. Other notable finishes on the men's side were James and Daniel's second and fourth respective finishes in the 600-meter, along with Manny's third-place finish in the 1,000. Luke and Micah contributed strongly in the high jump to land second and third places, respectively.
We also congratulate our girls, with Sydney winning the 55-meter hurdles, 600-meter dash, and second-place finishes in the long jump and high jump. We'd also congratulate Catherine Zyko for earning a second-place finish in the weight throw after only a few months of training.
We thank all of our coaches for training us in each of our disciplines each day and are grateful for our athletic trainer, Chris Despens, for treating our injuries and keeping us healthy. We also thank Ms. Higgs and the entire Fieldhouse staff for greeting us warmly each day. We are grateful to our community for their support. A hard-fought victory, we are honored to present this trophy to our school.
Let's move up for a picture, guys. All right, let's give our team one more hearty round of congratulations. Well done. Have a great day today, faculty.